Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Oz.
What movie you got for us this week?
Oh, we got a doozy this week. We've got Up combined with the quippiness of Iron Man. We got a pinch of Any Given Sunday, a little bit of Major Pain, a big heaping scoop of Hudson Hawk, all while getting your testicles tanned. This
Nice.
week, we're watching The Last Boy Scout.
That is a very solid, very should be proud of it movie marriage. Nicely done.
I appreciated it. I appreciate that. I as we talked pre-show, I was debating because again, this is a PG podcast, so I was debating whether or not to use the word testicles.
Which you just did again. So clearly,
which I did again.
We see which side you aired on.
Yes. Well, I figure at this point, let's just go all in.
Right.
So I my alternate punchline was it's like shopping for Alex Jones's testosterone supplements.
There you go. I like that one too.
Mm-hmm.
I did put a movie marriage together for this one just because
let's hear
fun.
it. Let's hear it.
Mine is Sin City.
Yeah.
Plus True Lies.
Definitely.
Meets James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
All brought to you by FanDuel.
I love it.
So,
that's great.
I'm like, oh, look, there's Bruce Willis watching a young girl dance that he needs to protect.
Yep. And...
Oh, look, there's our lead's daughter getting taken by the bad guys.
Yep. All brought together by gambling.
Exactly, yeah.
It's fun.
Look, there's the there's the fat villain who's just monologuing all of what's going to happen.
Yeah, God, this movie's 34 years old and pretty in some ways pretty prescient, but it's probably been 20, 25 years since I've seen this movie, and it has.
Well, I remember I was a boy when I started watching the film. Yeah, and this was my coming of age tale to become a man.
Yes,
I watched this, so then I'm like, I don't need to watch it again. I'm a man now.
Now you're the last man scout.
That's true. I went in a Boy Scout. It came out a man.
You came out a man scout.
Yeah, it's like a human's version of Werewolf Bar Mitzvah.
There you go. Spooky, scary.
Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. Oh, and kids, if you're watching.
And kids, especially with the testicles reference.
Children of all ages.
Tis the season.
They come for the movie marriages, stay for the testicle jokes.
Yep, that's for.
Yeah. I'm going to beep all these out.
No,
I'm not. No, but welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast. We take a monthly theme, this month being last movies. And here we are. So I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I'm the other host, Curtis.
And before we get too far, we definitely want to give a shout out to our favorite Boy Scouts, Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colin K., and Lyle M. Thank you one and all for your continued patronage.
Yes, they've all earned their Patreon badge.
That's true. You got your donation badge given. Yep. So, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, all those fun things that you do. And check out letstalkaboutflix.com, where it's our hub for all episodes past and present, as well as blog articles and your hit series. Come at me, bro.
That's my hit series. We'll have I'll give a preview of the blog, which will come out later, or actually it'll probably be already out at the time.
It'll already be out
at the time that this airs. Yes, where we combine my speculation, and we talked a little bit about this last week, is that Up and The Last Boy Scout are actually set in the same universe.
Yes, I believe they are.
Yeah, they're both set in California. Last Boy Scout was early 90s LA. Up was late 2000s Oakland. And how there is definitely a through line that connects The Last Boy Scout to Up.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the details about the factual, empirically driven evidence that collects this article, yes, then go check out my Come At Me, Bruh.
Well, your
blog.
Footnotes are twice as long as your actual article.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much I remember you telling me you bought a monocle just to do this research.
I did. Yeah, I bought two monocles because one for each eye. That's how monocles work, right?
Yeah. That's because you have a prescription.
It made writing difficult as I'm using both hands to hold up each monocle.
This blog sponsored by Warby Parker. Get your monocles online at warbyparker.com.
Yeah, a lot of footnotes, a lot of research. There was a lot of Bunsen burners involved.
Well,
in the writing of the research for this. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's rare that you see footnotes with their own footnotes.
Yeah,
and that this article has. I'm very impressed with the studious approach that you took to.
Yeah. We researched the research to make sure that the
we got to make sure it's valid, because we don't put out crap, guys.
No, this isn't modern day era CDC.
Nope. Yeah, this is all research driven, deeply dived, dived,
deeply divin.
Yeah, divin.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Jeremy Piven.
No. Although we did give Jeremy Piven plenty of placebos for the research.
And we used the libraries at PCU for our research. So
we did. Chris Young is still running from the mob.
He's still there. Yeah,
he's still there.
So, but yeah, here we are, The Last Boy Scout, a movie that it fits our category of last.
It does. We're in December 2025. It is last quote unquote movie month, where every movie we cover has the word last in the title. We're talking pre-show. This is the most late 80s, early 90s movie that I think we've ever that exists. Like this movie completely captures that, like 1987 through 92, 93, Joel Silver, huge spectacle, action, quippy, Shane Black.
Hyper violence and
it again can be fun, but especially this movie. I enjoyed this movie much less watching this as a 45-year-old man than I did probably as a 20-year-old.
I definitely found myself I won't say I was checking out, but I will say, knowing this was your movie this week, while watching it, I was multitasking.
Sure, I don't blame you.
With usually this being task B. But yeah, it's I guess the way I would picture this is Shane Black writes this script, and then pretend we're in an alternate movie verse where like a teenage boy goes in to buy condoms for the first time, and he wants to act like he's done this before. This is Tony Scott and Joel Silver going in to the prop master and being like, I need squibs. Can you give me the extra large squibs? Because because I've got a movie to make, and because every bullet shot in this movie it's a crater. Like
it is.
These people are just full of liquid and ready to explode.
they hired the most porous actors.
That's true. Could. Yeah. These are very squibby guys. So
very squibby.
But speaking of the people in this movie, and guys is the key word I use there, because that's really the only things in this movie are guys.
This is a hyper masculine movie.
Yeah, guys and objects with boobs.
Well, and in my blog that connects The Last Boy Scout to to Up.
Well, it reveals the connection.
Yeah, you didn't
connect it. It's there.
It takes the connection between Joe and Jimmy much deeper.
That's fair.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Oh, all right. There you go. But yeah, cast of this movie, we've got Bruce Willis as Joe. Let's make a Soul Train joke. Cornelius Hallenbeck. Only reason to have a middle name. He is our hates himself private detective. I was going to use another word for detective because I think it fits better.
It would fit. But again, we've already used the word testicles 5 times now. We don't need to push it.
Despite
anymore.
This being hyper masculine, let's not spend our entire show in the groin of a man.
That's really what this movie does.
It does. Yeah. You could have shot this entire film from like the crotch to the knee region, and it wouldn't have lost anything.
Well, it's like Tom Savini's groin gun. They just mounted a camera to it. It's the POV from groin level.
There you go. So Bruce Willis plays Joe Hallenbeck, our like I said, our private detective that's good at his job, former Secret Service guy.
Yeah, what was really good at his former job, almost too good, and
he's really good at it. Actually, he was like a bullet magnet at that.
He was
like the people from that movie where they're curving bullets is trying to get the president. And Joe stops the ball. Like,
you got to grip the seams just right on the gun.
That's true.
To get that good 12-6 curve action.
Yeah, you get that EFIS shot. And you're not gonna get that by Joe.
No.
Yeah, so he plays our lead. His partner in stopping crime is Damon Wayans as James Alexander. Again, pointless need for a middle name, but Jimmy Dix.
Jimmy Dix.
Trouble.
There's the word we were avoiding.
There we go. There it is.
There it is.
They're both one.
Yeah. D-I-X.
One's a private and one's a surname.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to be confused with like Frank Dukes, another movie that is
Frank
hyper masculine with female objects.
Put up your dukes.
So Jimmy Dix, former
this movie is so masculine.
Former NFL adjacent quarterback that is run out of the league for gambling.
Did they ever say what the name of the league was? Or
no,
they just call it a pro football, I think.
Just pro football. So there are two good guy leads. We've got Chelsea Field as Sarah Hallenbeck, Joe's estranged wife.
Who was Tila in Masters of the Universe.
She was Tila in Masters of the Universe. I recognized her, but I didn't place it till you just said it. We've got our bad guy because he owns a sports franchise, and also bad guy, Noble. what a name, Noble Willingham as Sheldon Shelley Marcone,
basically playing Jerry Jones,
pretty much, mixed with Boss Hogg.
That's a good cop. That's a really good cop. Jerry Jones and Boss Hogg, but in
LA.
in LA. Yeah.
We've got Halle Berry as Corey, the instigator of said momentum, said lastness of Boy Scoutery. We've got, where'd she go? You got Danielle Harris as daughter Darian Hallenbeck, who just basically plays the teenage Danielle Harris. Given like they take the take the training wheels off of her swearing in this film.
Do.
And then rest of guys. Like honestly, you've got Taylor Negron as Milo.
I like him as a bad guy.
I do too. I do too.
He's a fun bad guy.
He's very I agree. I like because he's not menacing, so he's calculating.
There are a lot of kind of that guy character actors in this movie.
Yeah. And so that's really about, I guess you got a Bruce McGill, a Baja DeJola, Kim Coates.
Yeah, Kim Coates has a fun little role in this.
Yes, he does. And so, just a bunch of guys. And the movie kicks off with really the first person we see is Tybo's own Billy Blanks.
We do
playing Billy Cole.
We get Billy Blanks, which we'll come back to that in a second here.
But Eddie Griffin, you see him in the background of a scene. Morris Chestnut's in a scene.
Yeah, I mean, character actor Chelsea Ross is in here. Like
Dick Butkus and Lynn Swan and Vern Lundquist.
Lundquist.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about Chelsea Ross again. A point, but not really much of a point. Like
another reference to a Dick Butkus. So we're definitely in the man groin for this movie
for sure. Rick Dukeman's got a role, which his nickname could be Dick Dukeman.
I'm sure it is.
So there's a lot here. I was surprised and both not surprised to see Rick Dukeman show up for 8 seconds.
He's there.
So all right, but that's the cast. It's guys. It's just guys.
Yeah, it's just guys with Tila.
guys with Tila and
hot Halle Berry.
And Michael Myers' niece for Halloween 4 and 5.
God, even the opening of this movie, and I'm not even talking the Billy Blank stuff, like the title cards of this movie, like Geffen Pictures, like there's like a gunshot as like the words hit, and then we have Silver Productions, Tony Scott film, Bruce Willis, Damon Wayans.
To steal a line from Jonah Hill in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, like this is the kind of film that, as he says, he goes, going from 6 to midnight. Like
that's really like
for some guys are going to be like, oh Yeah, I am ready for some football.
I don't know where I'm going to put this popcorn bucket now.
Oh, God, there's no room.
There's no place to put it.
Just stand up for this film.
Yeah. It's just standing in the back row the whole time as they're watching The Last Boy Scout.
Stand up behind the couch. Like, honey, what are you doing?
I'm watching The Last Boy Scout. Oh, okay. I'll be downstairs.
Let's wait for Rick Dukeman.
And again, that's this whole movie. Is
well, just... like I joked even pre-show, like once you watch this and you realize how masculine it is, and then you look at the box art, there's Damon Wayans holding a football, Bruce Willis holding a handgun, both of them showing it to you with a giant fire behind them.
Yeah, with a huge explosion.
And they're not fazed by it. Like
no. And they have the coolest cucumber look on their faces.
Yeah, and they've both beaten and grizzled and yep. They're men.
Yeah, but they're still quipping.
Yeah, it's true. They're men.
And we go from these bonkers title cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To a bonkers opening montage over the rest of the credits. This movie, again, it was released in 91, so it basically plays up like the late 80s Monday Night Football theme, and like I get like the opening credits to that, where you've got like flags and eagles and football and players getting clothesline, like Steve Atwater type hits.
Yeah, it's like what is that? What was that game? The NFL Blitz. It's basically what you're watching here.
Yeah, you're watching NFL Blitz, just as like a music video.
Yeah.
So like again, that sets the tone, not just for the scene, for the whole movie.
Yeah.
We cut to I think the darkest, wettest football game ever played. There's no lights in the stadium.
Oh, they're on full blast. Just it's sheeting rain so much that you can't. The light can't penetrate the wall of rain.
It can't get through the water.
They're playing this like just still on the set of Last of the Mohicans. Like they're just under a waterfall playing this football.
The whole football field is surrounded by waterfalls.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons pops in at one point. Daniel Day-Lewis is there.
He's there. So there's guys getting taken off the field by stretcher, like left and right. Again, it really is NFL Blitz
while the game's being played.
They don't stop. The clock's running, fellas.
These are hockey rules.
Yeah. We it's now halftime, and of course the coach is chewing some butt in the locker room, and we see Billy
lights aren't on in the locker room
either. No,
no,
it's very dark in there too.
Maybe candlelit locker.
Very sensual locker room.
Right.
It's they're in power saving mode.
Yeah.
And we see Billy Cole, who's like star receiver, played by Tybo's own Billy Blanks.
Yeah.
He takes a call from Milo.
Yeah.
Saying he better start scoring some touchdowns or else you're history. Yeah.
Oh, this movie.
We get announcers again, as you mentioned before. Vern Lundquist, Dick Butkus, again Lynn Swan as the sideline reporter. They point out Ellie Stallion's owner, Sheldon Marcone, who's our Jerry Jones boss hog character. Lynn Swan is interviewing Marcone on the sidelines, and he questions Marcone, says, is football dying due to poor attendance, low ratings, fan apathy? And of course, the cowboy-headed Marcone bitterly disagrees and basically pulls a you're fake news to Lynn Swan.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm witnessing is the death of good journalism.
Yeah. DJT's taking notes as he's watching this movie.
Yeah, this movie was kind of prescient in some ways with how to handle the media if you don't like questions. So I get star Stallions receiver Billy Cole. We see him, it's the clock's ticking. He catches a pass. We're running down in the fourth quarter, shrugs off a few tacklers. And then he pulls out a gun. And he starts shooting defenders.
Yeah. He's been doing a good job of juking them anyway. I don't know why he had to resort to this, but
he literally starts shooting defenders on the football play on this dark football field. Rain is pouring everywhere, and after scoring the touchdown, he's surrounded by all of the police in LA. Looks directly into the camera and then says, "Ain't life a B word?" and then shoots himself in the head.
Thankfully he took his helmet off.
He did.
Were they running a prevent defense? Because he always had defenders in front of him all the way to the
he did
the entire way to
yes. It was 11 defensive backs, and they were all lined up at the goal line.
Had to have been.
Yeah.
It had to have been, because it was like, you guys are doing this like you're running your kickoff return defense against this guy.
It's like when you're playing Madden and you play the block field goal for your defense for every play.
Yeah. So it felt like, because there were always people in front of him to shoot.
Yeah, they're always right there.
Just one, and that was 10 yards downfield.
Yeah.
He's still coming at you, despite the fact you shot the guy in front of him. He's still going to come get you.
Yeah, and again, that's this movie.
Yeah, you don't think about it.
It's 2 hours of that is this movie. It would have been even more fun if, knowing who Billy Blanks was going to blossom into in a couple of years, instead of pulling out a gun, he just starts doing Tybo. He's working his way down the field.
Or he was out of bullets. That would have been even
funnier. He chucks it into the crowd.
But ain't it?
Yeah. They've got one of his videos on the jumbotron.
Yeah,
the offensive line is doing his routine behind him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, but you know what? 25 years ago, that was an awesome movie opening.
It was. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And again, history has a way of putting things in perspective sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if that's your thing, there's still going to be people today who love that scene and love.
Oh yeah.
And again, it really does capture that era. This movie is a great time capsule.
Yeah.
Of that era in movies, that era in culture.
Mm-hmm.
Again, both for better and for worse.
Mostly worse, but
mostly worse. Yeah. So after that whole exhilarating sequence, we finally meet private investigator Joe Hallenbeck. He slept in his car. He looks in the rearview mirror and tells himself, "Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're gonna lose."
That's right. It's like the opposite of Stuart Smalley.
Initially I had Stuart Smalley in my movie Marriage.
It's a bizarro Stuart Smalley.
That would be a much different sketch if at the end of every one of his little monologues he looks at himself in the mirror and says, "Smile, you F word."
Well, you look at the two. One's The Last Boy Scout. The other movie is Stuart Saves the World.
Yeah.
It's all about self-perception, guys.
It is. Yeah. Self-efficacy goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
Yes. So he was doing a job at Vegas. He comes home a day early, and he notices things are off when he gets home.
Because he's a detective.
Because that's what he does. Honey, you forget what I do for a living.
I've been gone a while, but I recognized the sink was wet.
Yeah. But yeah. There's steam in the bathroom, but your hair's not wet. The toilet seat's up. There's nobody. Right. There's nobody under the bed. So who's the guy in the closet?
Right.
Yeah.
Who is it? Yeah.
It's D-Day from Animal House.
Yep.
Yeah. In character is D-Day from Animal House. So his wife's cheating on him. And ironically, Joe had just taken a call from Mike where he accepted a job protecting an exotic dancer named Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And so as one does, Joe walks Mike out to his car.
Yeah, they chat it out. Yeah, well, they still work together.
Yeah, it's like the classic guy arguments versus girl arguments.
Well, let's not forget
that whole stereotype.
Yeah, it's bros before H's. Let's not forget. We're men first.
We got a lot of bleeps in this episode.
Yeah, we're men first.
They talk it out. Hey, you just had sex with my wife.
Guess what?
I'll walk you to your car.
That's what I do too. We're buds now.
I also have sex with my wife. We have that in common.
That's cool. You see the same thing in her I do.
Yeah. Interesting word choice. And of course, as Mike is getting into his car, it explodes.
Oh no!
It explodes. Mike's dead. D-Day's dead.
Joe's not, because he was standing 6 feet away.
Yeah. It's he's fine. He's got a little char on him, but
a little blowback.
But he's fine. We then meet Jimmy Dix. We meet Damon Wayans' character. He wakes up at a party full of pro football players.
He wakes up in Joe's car.
It's the exact same scene played again.
Right.
Yeah, he also slept with Joe's wife.
Yep.
as he's making his way out of the party. Oh God, this scene is. I'm not even going to mention this scene. Yeah, I'm going to mention it. But yeah, Jimmy basically saves a woman. Someone was doing something absolutely awful to her.
And not because he was doing it wrong, but because I've got the strongest arm in the National League.
And that's actually the point of the scene, is that we establish early that Jimmy no longer plays professional football, even though he's still physically capable of doing it. He's been kicked out of the league.
And still gets to hang out with the rest of the team at their parties.
Yes. He's still got an open invite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe, we go back to Joe. He meets Corey serving drinks at a bar where she's working. Jimmy shows up there as well, and he calls out Joe for talking to Corey. Like, who are you to talk to my girlfriend? Joe says Corey hired his buddy Mike, and he's filling in. Jimmy wants to know if Corey's in trouble, and of course Joe doesn't tell him. But Joe does reveal he knows who Jimmy is, and basically Joe expositions Jimmy's backstory for the audience about him being a star quarterback who was banned from the league for suspected drug abuse.
Right. Might as well just showed him his football card.
Jimmy throws a punch, but of course Joe catches it as one does.
Because he's more of a man.
Yeah, he
hates himself.
He's a man scout.
Like, here's the thing, like, only because we just skipped over that scene at the pool. This movie is so like hyper masculine that it didn't dawn on me till right now. Like like women are such objects. There's not even boobs in this movie. Like, that's how masculine this movie is they're like, oh, like, we're above all that. Like, we just need guns and violence and fire and cars. And because it's only when he was helping her out of the pool that you saw kind of like side glimpses. She's running away. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, normally movies like this would be ripe with it because they really materialize women. This movie's like, I'm not saying they're taking a stance against it, but they're like, we don't even have time for that. Yeah. Like, we're too busy measuring that we
don't have time for the scantily clad women.
Yeah. Because we don't even care enough about them that they matter.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it at the end, but I hate the exchange between Joe and Sarah at the end of this movie. I know why it was there, but I hate it.
If you don't bring it up, I'm going to, but feel free to take
the exchange. Yeah.
Yes. I could not agree more. And I think that actually worked into my blog as well.
Fair.
That the end of the the last 2 minutes of The Last Boy Scout is the connective tissue between that movie and Up, which for clarity are set in the same universe.
Fair. Because it makes, like, that end makes Leia and Han's "I love you, I know" look romantic. Like,
it does. Yes.
Go for it.
So basically, Jimmy grabs Corey and they leave the bar together. And later, Corey tells Jimmy, "I think I can get you your old job back." So that's the plot thread there. Outside of Corey's, Joe is just kind of standing watching. He sees a billboard for Senator Baynard, and we get a flashback to Joe as a Secret Serviceman who is standing guard outside of a hotel room, very visibly uncomfortable as he's listening to a woman screaming for help from inside. But again, it's his job to not let anybody in.
Right.
I wonder if that's going to come back.
Probably not.
Nope. So back in this alley, Joe is jumped and about to be killed, but he uses "your wife is fat" jokes to distract the guy holding a gun on him, allowing Joe to stab the guy in the neck. Because a quip is the best weapon.
Hey, saved Roger Rabbit.
It did. Please.
Charles Fleischer is Joe Hallenbeck.
Sometimes jokes are the only thing we have. We tunes. God, I'd much rather watch Roger Rabbit than Last Boy Scout.
Said virtually everybody ever.
Yeah. Corey and Jimmy leave in separate cars. Corey is intentionally rear-ended by another vehicle to get her to leave her car, and then she is riddled with bullets. Like, Halle Berry is like pumped full of an entire clip from an automatic machine gun.
Yes, lit up a couple of them, I think.
Yeah,
A couple guys there, they're like, they didn't want to miss.
No,
and they didn't. And they not didn't. Not one stray bullet. Everybody's a bullet magnet in this film. And so heat-seeking rounds.
Yeah, this movie was from a technical perspective was very ahead of its time.
Military funded it.
Yeah. Didn't we do a movie recently that had heat-seeking bullets?
Yeah,
was it Runaway?
Runaway.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck, Cynthia Rhodes.
Yeah, it like locked onto your DNA. Yeah, and then maybe that's what they were using, the same weapons.
Yeah. So Roger Rabbit also had heat-seeking bullets. They just confused Native American bullets.
Sentient heat-seeking bullets. Yes. Maybe this is also set in the same universe.
Where'd he go?
Like, I went that way, fellas. So Jimmy and Joe take out a couple of the guys, but Corey's dead, basically. Back at the police station, a detective now expositions that Joe saved the president's life.
Yeah.
That's a pretty distinguished fall from grace. You've saved the president's life. Now you're a scummy private detective in LA.
Yep.
However, he continues to exposition that Senator Boehner got him fired from his old job.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to come back later.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to come back. Joe speculates to Jimmy that Mike caught wind of the heat on Corey and decided to dump the job onto Joe. So that's why it kind of ended up with Joe and why Mike ended up dead.
Yeah, because the people after Corey didn't know that Mike dumped the job.
Yeah.
Which is why Mike is dead.
Yeah. So Joe and Jimmy check out Corey's ransacked apartments. They find They find a picture of her with Marcone. And
they're playing patty cake.
They were playing. There's a lot of connections. They were playing patty cake.
Maybe we got the wrong animation tied to
Bob
this universe.
Was taking pictures through the blinds.
Yeah, well, and it's a Tony Scott film, so every light interior shoots through blinds, so you know that there were blinds.
There's blinds in every shot, as long as there's light pouring through them.
Yeah, nobody's directly hit by light in this film. It's got to be shot through something, whether it be raindrops or.
Yeah. So they find this picture of Marcone and Corey. They find hidden pictures of Marcone and Maynard. Jimmy thinks the ransackers wanted those pictures. So Jimmy speculates that Corey was trying to blackmail Marcone, and maybe even Maynard too, going after Marcone to get Jimmy reinstated into the league. So that's where, going back to Corey's mentioning of, I think I can get you your old job back.
Right. Which it's important that they do like monologue exposition, all this stuff, because in reality the target demographic for a movie like this are guys that don't like to think.
No.
And so you have to have your characters explaining the plot threads, because otherwise it's why aren't they shooting right now?
Just say out loud what you're thinking and doing.
These guys aren't
say it.
They're not fighting. What are they doing? Oh, he's telling me what they're doing. Got it.
Yeah. So they get back in the car, and of course Joe's car tape player eats the tape that has evidence of a conversation between Marcone and Maynard.
Because Fast Forward eats the tape, which never comes back again.
No. Joe finds C4 in Corey's other car, and of course they put it in his trunk for safekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
And just then, coincidentally, two hitmen come by and accost them for the pictures. They were tailing Joe and Jimmy, and Joe tricks these guys into shooting their guns into the trunk,
right,
detonating the C4 as Joe and Jimmy roll down a hill to safety.
Because Joe knows from Mike's explosion, you only have to be about 6 feet away from it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine if a car explodes, as long as you're 6 feet away,
and as long as you weren't the intended target.
Correct.
You'll be okay.
As long as there's a hill to roll down. Right.
Exactly.
So the C4 blows up, the car blows up the hitmen. However, they also destroyed the other evidence as well. So,
yeah.
They
Movie
go back
over.
That's it. Roll credits. More Joel Silver.
That guy that shot was the last Boy Scout.
So Jimmy and Joe go back to Joe's. They find his precocious 13-year-old daughter Darian there watching Lethal Weapon.
With a hand puppet.
Yes, another Joel Silver movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Joel Silver verse.
Yes.
Yeah, with a hand puppet. Darian and Joe
with a dimly lit room with a lot of wetness inside.
It's a very wet room. A lot of steam escaping from the sewer grates that are in the living room.
Yeah, are all there.
Yeah, Joe and Darian, of course, naturally start tossing F-bombs at each other because that's their relationship.
Yep.
Jimmy sees a picture of Joe with the president, and Jimmy calls Joe Ward Cleaver, just because he used to be this clean-cut Secret Serviceman.
Yeah.
And Joe responds, "Yeah, I was a real Boy Scout."
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Jimmy expositions that he had a wife who was 8 months pregnant, and she was killed by the car. So this bit is not really essential to the plot, but it kind of tells Jimmy's story about why he turned to drug usage. It wasn't for the highs; it was to cope.
Right.
He was using drugs to cope with the death of his pregnant wife. And his son lived for 17 minutes in an incubator. And every time he would give a toast, he would always do it to a made-up name and a made-up or a toast to Alex the blank occupation in the honor of Alex, his son, who lived for 17 minutes in an incubator.
Right.
So, of course,
and if this had a studio audience, they all would go, "Oh, yeah."
This would have been a very special episode of The Last Boy Scout.
It's true. Brought to you by Menin.
Yeah. At 80s and early 90s, every sitcom had one episode a season that was a very special episode of Blossom, where her older brother relapses into his coke habits.
Yeah, very special episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah,
where Will doesn't have a dad, and Uncle Phil's his dad. Not really, but he's the dad, and they cry it out.
Yeah, they cry it out.
And then they fire Aunt Viv.
Yep, you're not wrong. So Joe goes to kick Jimmy out for using cocaine right after the story of his dead wife and dead kid.
Yeah.
And Jimmy even just expositions himself. I use this to cope. He basically just says what we all should have come to the conclusion on.
When you're tired of feeling sorry for yourself, the door's that way.
Mm-hmm. So on his way out, Darian expositions to Jimmy that Jimmy was Joe's hero. Joe stopped watching football when Jimmy got kicked out of the league, and she asks Jimmy to sign a football card for her, and he signs it to the daughter of the last Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next day, Jimmy is assaulted in broad daylight and thrown off a bridge because why not? Of course, he's fine. He landed on a car, so he was the 30-foot fall was fine. He landed on a car.
He's on the poster. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Jimmy makes a super.
Although we've seen people in a Joel Silver production fall from a high distance onto a car and not survive. But we haven't. But she was a woman.
No. Yeah, this is a Wayans brother.
Yeah, this is a man. He'll be fine.
I thought about putting in Living Color also into the movie marriage as well.
Men love cars.
But I prefer to reference to Major Payne.
Oh, yeah. Major Payne was a better one for sure.
So Joe is then tasered by Milo and goons. Milo uses Joe's gun to kill a cop to put Joe's prints on it. So now Joe's wanted for murder.
Mm-hmm.
An unconscious Joe flashes back to him saving the president and a young Darian celebrating him as a hero with the picture she drew of him behind like an American flag. So again, he was a hero, and now he's sunken to the depths of L.A. private detective.
Yeah.
Joe comes to, he's in like an indoor pool, and being held at gunpoint by a couple of guys, one of whom is Kim Coates, who toys with Joe, offering a cigarette and then punching him. Here's a cigarette, then I'm gonna punch you. Here's a cigarette, then I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah.
Joe says,
"Touch me again, I'll kill you."
I'll kill you. And of course, he offers him the cigarette, and he punches him again.
Yeah.
And then Joe punches Kim Coates' brain or nose into his brain, killing him instantly.
Right.
Because that's the kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
You quip and then you kill a guy. Then you quip and you kill a guy.
Luckily, it's LA, so there's endless guys.
There's lots of guys to be killed.
Yeah, well, because Joe's got plenty of quips. Can't waste them.
like bullets to him.
Yeah, I got to keep these at the chamber.
Yeah, these 6 quips. Joe is revealed to be at Marcone's, who confirms to Joe that he's bribing senators to legalize sports gambling.
Right.
And because there's no heroes left in the game to save the sport itself.
Right.
Which is really that's like definition of an NFL owner blaming the players for everything while they just roll in their Scrooge McDuck money pits.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Marcone expositions. He has all the senators on this Senate committee in his pocket except for Senator Boehner, who wants a bigger bribe. And Marcone says, you know what? It's just cheaper if I just kill Boehner.
Right.
And tells Joe that they're going to frame him for the murder.
Yeah. Because they've got a past.
Yeah. Because everything.
Because we've seen it.
Yeah. Through flashback and exposition.
Right.
So a fully armed Darien, yes, you heard that right. A fully armed Darien follows Jimmy, who had followed Baynard's men. They took Joe out to the woods. They were going to execute him in the woods while they were also exchanging money with Baynard's men. So again, they're going to frame Joe for all this. But Jimmy and Darien followed them to the woods. Jimmy goes in, of course, tells Darien stay in the car, but of course she doesn't because that's Darien. And so Jimmy's found, and so he and Joe are both about to be killed in the middle of these woods, and Darien just wanders in. She just wanders in. There's a dozen guys there, all with guns. Mm-hmm. Wanders in with her stuffy that, as you mentioned before, that we saw earlier at home, and she gives the stuffy to Joe, who, of course, again, starts quipping with it because that's what Joe does. He makes it tell bad jokes. But it turns out, Oz, that she stashed the gun inside of the puppet.
Like the hand puppet,
Yeah. And so he starts shooting guys. There's a big car chase. They live. Bad guys crash into like a rich guy's pool. Mm-hmm. Joe and Jimmy take the rich guys.
Rick Dukeman. Let's not.
Yeah, that's right.
Rick Dukeman's pool.
They crash into Rick Dukeman's pool. They take Rick Dukeman's car. Right. Milo
and have Rick Dukeman watch Darien.
Yeah, this like rich guy, this rich fat white guy in an open robe.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave my 12-year-old daughter here with you. You're cool with that, right?
You were in the Burbs. You could do it.
Yeah, you survived that movie.
You love kids.
Yeah, and so Jimmy and Joe take his car to go to the stadium to try to stop Baynard from being killed. However, Milo survives and then shoots Rick Dukeman in the head and takes Darien prisoner. Right. Or hostage, I should say. So, yeah.
Hence the True Lies aspect.
Yeah. It is, very True Lies-ish. Joe and Jimmy chase down the limo, shoot at the tires. They stop the bomb from getting to the stadium. But they figure out, Milo calls them, says he has Darien. Jimmy and Joe go for Marcone. They get to him in his office in the stadium. But, of course, Milo beat them there.
Yeah.
Because movie. And Darien's hostage.
So you took the 405 up to San Dimas. He knows his way around.
He does.
What are you doing here? He kind of has that Fred Armisen look to him too.
He does.
That real moppy hair.
Yeah, Taylor Negron would make a great Californian.
That's how he got there so quick.
You're exactly right. That's how he got there so fast. Bill Hader was there. Kristen Wiig was there. What are you doing here?
Star.
Oh, well done, my friend. Again, there's so much plot. I feel like I'm just reading to you, the audience, this week. But there's so much dumb plot to get through.
Yeah, there is.
So of course, a fire, or Jimmy has an explosive device in his pocket that he throws into the fire because there's a fireplace in Marcone's office in the football stadium. It blows up. We do get a sweet man on fire shot. Like completely
stumble around. Yeah,
completely engulfed in flames.
They riddle him with bullets. Even.
Yeah, they do.
No, he was gonna die, guys.
It's like Last of the Mohicans. They mercy.
It's like
him.
You lit the fire, and then shooting him is basically you're just trying to put the fire out shortly after you lit it. Let the fire do its job.
It's gonna kill him. He's completely engulfed in flames. And so there's a big firefight, and so Joe goes. Darien's safe. Joe goes after Milo, who is gonna snipe Baynard.
Yeah.
And Jimmy is told just get Baynard's attention, and so Jimmy ends up on the football field on a horse.
Yeah. Because they're the LA Stallions.
So he gets on the LA Stallion.
Yeah.
Grabs a football. And by the way, Jimmy had been shot in his right hand as well.
Yeah.
Like Marcone shot Jimmy in his right hand. So with his bullet-ridden hand,
it doesn't hurt
while
anymore.
sitting on a horse, he chucks a football like Michael Vick out of the stadium style
into the suites,
into the suites, which is like up above the first level, hits Baynard in the face.
Yeah.
Causing him to like shift his posture and avoid getting sniped.
Well, because the bullet got sniped.
Yeah.
Or the bullet, the football. Like he basically intercepted the bullet with the football.
Yeah.
While knocking Baynard out of the way at the same time.
Yeah. He threw two footballs. He's got two arms. He just threw them both at the same time.
He needed to. And to say Caleb Williams doesn't have any accuracy. He needs to watch what Jimmy Dix is doing with a football.
People compare Patrick Mahomes to Caleb Williams. I think it's Jimmy Dix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to work on his accuracy. I understand, but come on.
Well, maybe Caleb Williams needs to throw from a horse,
or get shot in the right hand,
or get shot in the right hand, and then
that's what he's missing.
Be better, Caleb.
If I had a hole in my hand, there'd be more aerodynamics.
There wouldn't be as much wind resistance.
It's the science behind it.
It's sports science. It's a big thing. You cut a hole in your hand, and then you use it to throw the football.
Yep.
It's like throwing with two hands instead of one, twice.
Right. Yeah. It works, but
yeah. So of course Milo and Joe get in a big fight up in the lights above the stadium. Milo stabs Joe in the leg. Milo is then riddled with bullets from a police helicopter, which is now in the stadium. It's an open air stadium.
Yeah.
And of course the police helicopter is below the lighting rig.
Yes.
And Milo falls off the lighting rig into the helicopter blades.
Yeah.
After being riddled with bullets.
Yeah. Everybody dies twice in this film.
Yeah. I put you in my notes.
I know.
There.
When they kept cutting back and forth, I actually said out loud, like, hit the chopper. Like,
please hit the chopper.
Like, come on, hit it.
Yeah.
And it did.
And you get your wish granted. In the parking lot afterwards, Joe punches Senator Baynard. Sarah arrives and Joe tells her F you, and then lets her hug him as she apologizes.
Yeah.
Again, I know one of us is going to fill in some details here a little later.
I'll cover it now because I don't have that in my 3, 2, 1.
You don't? Okay.
No.
I do, yeah.
Okay, take it then.
I'll take it then. Joe and Jimmy also share a laugh when they realize that the bomb they took from the limo Marcone ended up with, and then we hear an explosion from like the other side of the canyon. As
again, he got home quick because he
took the 405.
That's right. Took it to Mulholland.
Mulholland. What are you doing here? There's a little epilogue scene back in front of Joe and Sarah's house where Jimmy and Darian are playing catch, and then Joe asks Jimmy to be his partner, and then we roll credits as they quip to each other, because that's what this movie is. And that, folks, is 1991's Tony Scott directed The Last Boy Scout. Oh, yeah. This movie... Yeah, this is that movie. So, hey, folks, every week Oz and I give our own unique rating to the film we yap about. In this case, The Last Boy Scout. Oz, how would you rate this flick?
Oh, I'm going to give it 75 mouthy teenagers.
75 mouthy teenagers, yeah.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
I wanted to do this one off the cuff. I'm going to go with, let's go with 63 Wayans Brothers.
It's about how many there are, I think.
Yeah. That works. 63 Wayans Brothers.
I like it.
Yeah. Folks, every week Oz and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well in this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
I have the last Outside Insight. It's perfection in itself.
I am excited to hear this.
A 5-star review by Will Menaker. And if he is not the prototype for what this movie was aimed at.
Okay, got it.
There is a scene in this movie where a man fully engulfed in flames from head to toe is ripped apart by shotgun blasts. Absolute masterclass. Why don't they make movies like this anymore? Beautiful squibs for every bullet hit, gratuitous nudity, a black guy and a white guy, yo mama jokes, and an uplifting message about how evil NFL owners are. Mr. Trump, please make Hollywood bring back classic movie magic and action films like this. God Tony Scott, God Shane Black.
Yes, that's the core audience right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard a week or two ago, apparently DJT expressed his desire for Rush Hour 4 to be made. Apparently his favorite film series is the Rush Hour movies.
Which kind of surprises me because there's ethnicity in that movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't think the Rush Hour movies are woke.
I'm surprised he doesn't want them remade with 2 white men as the leads.
Can we get Sean William Scott in one of those roles, please?
I know this movie's fake because we have a black guy and an Asian guy as the hero. Like,
yeah.
Neither one of them are rich. Like, this is pure fantasy.
They're probably from one of those S-hole countries.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
well done with your outside inside.
Thank you.
That really captures the spirit that this movie was going for.
Absolutely. So what do you got?
I've got 2 I'm going to share.
All right.
As always, both are from the Internet Movie Database. The first one was left in December of 2006 and is a 1 out of 10, left by Cutter12. This with the subject line "lethal garbage." Shane Black really hit his stride with this mindless regurgitation of his own lethal weapon. Did he actually write the script with a word processor or wipe it out of his butt with a roll of toilet paper? Sure, teenage boys and IQ challenged redneck men, and of course Quentin Tarantino, will have found Willis and Wayans' profane quips and one-liners hilarious, but I just found it to be tiresome and stupidly unnecessary dialogue. Tony Scott can bite me with his pumped-up, testosterone-charged, colored, light-filtered, sloppily directed camera work, and Shane Black can bite me twice for the hackneyed piece of crap he called a script.
Well done.
Yes, way to go, Cutter12.
It would be kind of cool to poop scripts, though.
It would be. That would be a talent.
He got paid almost $2 million for the script. Like, to just, like, wow.
It's like the monkeys at typewriters, writing the world's greatest novel, or like the headless chicken in South Park, like determining the stock market. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, just pooping scripts.
Just there you go. The other one I'm going to share, also from IMDb, is a 7 out of 10, left by Avid Climber in May of 2013, with the subject line, "The Last Boy Scout, lots of action with a lot of swearing." The Last Boy Scout is an action hero movie with a dirty mouth. It's one of the first mainstream movies to use the F word in all of its variations and glory multiple times in each scene. Yeah, that's it. If you're a fan of Willis, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, hey, folks, it is that point in the show you've all been waiting for, our Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3-2-1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movie, The Last Boy Scout. Oz, my friend, what are your 3 goods?
Despite what the movie is, it's not a bad movie. Like,
no, Tony Scott knows how to make
films. Exactly. Yeah, Tony Scott knows how to make a film. And so my first one is that Tony Scott look. Like, we've talked about it in a couple other Tony Scott films. Yeah. He's got an aesthetic, and and that's fine. Like, it's unique. There's a lot of Dutch angles, a lot of lighting through things to create shadows. Like, as a photographer, or former photographer, I recognize there is a lot of like photogenic, approach to this. Like, he really works on framing a shot to create mood. So that Tony Scott look is first. 2, Wayans and Willis had some chemistry.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and so I thought their chemistry was solid. Like I said, it started a little standoffish, and they came together, and they needed each other, and it worked out just fine. But yet it wasn't like buddy cop. Yeah. And that was good too, that it's like there wasn't a lesser necessarily. They really did work better as a team than they did individually. And 3, even though it's super hyper, like all of the Act 3 violence, you could have stripped out any and all words, starting from the tasering of Joe. Yeah. And the movie wouldn't have changed a beat. Like, you could have just visually followed everything that's going on. So the violence in Act 3 was really over the top, and in the right mindset, you're like, okay, but it's fun. Like, at least they're not quipping every 2 seconds. Like, you're gonna go kind of have some fun with this. So that was my third good. What do you got?
As for my 3 goods, I've got a sneeze brewing right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're gonna.
Yep. Oh, there we are.
Thank you. Sorry about that, folks.
Bless you.
Yes, I'm just my body is getting that worked up to share the 3 goods for the last Boy Scout. It just couldn't hold it in. My first one, I'm going to start with. I have 2 just very brief moments in the movie, and then I have one that's more of like a through line.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I'm going to start with, I did find there was a little exchange there that I found funny. Joe is talking to Jimmy about the dangers of what they're about to do, and Jimmy says, "Well, danger is my middle name." Yeah. And Joe responds back with, "Yeah, well, mine's Cornelius."
Again, it's dry, super dry, but
again, Shane Black, for all the quips, there is cleverness that can.
There is there. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's just the volume of the quips is just so like it just doesn't stop.
I feel like this movie really showed us that Shane Black is self-aware of his ability to write.
Sure.
Because he even in a quip pokes fun at Schwarzenegger quips.
Yeah.
At the end of this,
mm-hmm.
So like, having a quick line is important to be a private detective, right? He's like, like, I'll be back. Like he's aware of what he's doing, and that's when it's like, okay, this isn't really fun anymore when you're in on your own joke.
Yeah. But that particular line, I'll give him.
Yeah. I agree. When you have that many, some of them are going to work.
Yeah. some of the S word will stick to the wall.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was one I agree.
Yeah. So that's my first good. My second good, I'll get into my bigger theme one here. The movie does get into the like moral and ethical dilemmas of sports gambling, as well as how we perceive professional sports. As we see football players as gladiators.
Yeah.
And there's other football movies that have done this better, like Any Given Sunday, for instance. But like this movie does challenge viewers to think about football players as individuals. It's that whole like. It's so easy for us to sit in our armchairs in our living room. Yeah, like scrape them off the field, right. tough it out. Back when I was playing high school football, you didn't have 250-pound linebackers running a 4.40 running into you.
Yeah.
When you played high school football,
you weren't playing professional football players when you played high school football.
Yeah, and the movie again It could have gone deeper, and other films have gone deeper with it, but it does present that ethical dilemma, and especially with sports gambling. And again, just looking at this movie as a time capsule, how sports gambling has evolved and is just such a dominant market these days.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. So that's my second good. And my third one, there's a very, very brief, I don't even remember who mentioned it, but there's a very, very brief reference to Super Dave Osborne.
Yeah. It was it was Jimmy when he was thrown.
That's right. When he got thrown off off the bridge. Yeah.
And he made a joke about, being, one of the top stuntmen in LA. It's being Super Dave Osborne.
Yeah. So just my third good is just, hey, we got a Super Dave reference. Yeah. So that's a good thing in my world.
I like it.
Yeah. Oz, what are your 2 bads?
My first one is the unrealistic speaking volumes in this film. Like Joe never talks above a gruff little, like, just monotone level of speaking. So like his entire conversation with Corey and then Jimmy at the club, like they're playing music. Like she's dancing. This is a vibrant, loud gentleman's club. And he's just like low volume speaking his quips. Yeah. And everybody can hear him. And it just, that happened a lot, that there was just a lot of instances where I found myself thinking the environment around this situation is so stinking loud right now, but this person is just talking in a normal speaking voice, if not lower, and everyone can hear him. Like at the end of the movie, Jimmy riding a stallion onto the football field while everyone is cheering and shouting, and he just looks at the quarterback from 5-10 yards away. Give me the football. Mm-hmm. Like he can't hear you. And so just one is unrealistic speaking volumes. It was annoying. And two, too many quips. Like we've talked about it several times through. I had it as bad anyway. it just, there was never, and we talk about Jimmy using drugs to cope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That, it makes sense. I don't know if, making quips is how Joe copes or not, because he's never afraid of any situation he's in. He's got a gun held to his head and he's just cracking jokes.
No, they're too cool about everything.
Yeah, right.
And there's a point, Milo even tells him at one point, like, it gets meta. Milo even tells him, you think you're so effing cool.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. And Milo is the uncool character in the movie.
Yeah.
Kind of dweebish, and he's not masculine, and he's just.
Well, and like in the police station right after Corey gets killed, Jimmy's pretty collected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like nothing gets to these characters.
No. It's because nothing that happened to them matters.
Yeah.
Corey didn't matter. Like, no. And that's on Shane Black. Like,
yeah,
that's on Tony Scott. You didn't make these women matter. Like, Joe just walked in and caught his friend sleeping with his wife and is like, hit her gut.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna punch you once and we're good. All right, now tell me about the job. Like, yeah. And so that's my bad. The quips come from just a very distracting place of, I'm not going to get my RPMs aren't going to rev up here. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm always fine. Oh, that guy's on fire.
Yeah, we're good. Now I have a shotgun.
Yeah, it's true. It's okay.
Yeah.
So that's my second bad. Too many quips. Yeah. What do you got?
I just made a last second adjustment here. I was going to say Joe is too cool about everything, but I think that goes too much with your too many quips here. And so I'm going to start with, there's a lot to not like about this. I already mentioned one of my other backups I kind of already got into, and that's the Marcone telling Lynn Swan, like, this is, the death of good journalism, and may as well just call them fake news.
Oh yeah.
At that point. Yeah. And so like my first
fake news is more quippy. Like,
yeah. My first bad is, and this was a briefer moment, but again, there's a white cop that yells to Jimmy at one point, "Free agency ruined the game." I have a feeling that cop is in a union.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And the whole point of free agency in professional sports is to empower the athletes to get paid the fair market price. Again, right. You can argue that pro athletes get paid too much compared with, jobs that really matter these days. But again, they're also getting paid what their market determines. Yeah. And that's what it is. Like, the athletes aren't paying themselves.
Right.
Yeah. Again, do I agree that, objectively, do professional athletes in your major pro sports get paid too much compared to what nurses do, to what teachers do? Yeah, of course. Of course, you can't argue that. But, we're paying for this entertainment.
Right.
And again, it kind of gets back to expecting these athletes to be gladiators.
Yeah. Well, and definitely not to diminish the professions.
Yeah.
You can't just go to school to be an NFL football player.
Yeah.
Like, there is, you're the cream of the crop. Like, it's, actually, and again, we're both educators, and so I'm definitely not dismissing it. I would love to be paid what an NFL player is being paid, but there's a finite amount of NFL players that play. Like, there is a set number that can be paid, and it's just, it's different. It is different. I agree, though. They are overpaid compared to what others could and should be.
They are, but it's this white cop yelling, free agency ruined the game. Like, then don't watch.
Right. Yeah.
Then don't watch. Like, and it's just you can't have it both ways. Mm-hmm. And there's also just that perspective. There's also a racial resentment there as well.
Yeah.
Which we'll save that. But like, there's a lot more to this bad, but again, we're already over the hour mark at this point in the episode. My other bad, I'm going to combine several possibilities I had here, and we kind of toyed with this a little earlier as well. This movie is incredibly misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
Women are objects. It's always the women who are apologizing. This movie is it's somehow both a pity party for and a celebration of Joe, who's become an awful character. Yeah, he's had some trauma, and yeah, like, you know, as we saw in the flashbacks, you know, he was trying to do the right thing, and he's kind of coping with his, you know, he's using very unhealthy ways to cope with how his life has evolved, just like Jimmy. But that doesn't excuse it. Like, that doesn't excuse his behaviors. That doesn't excuse how he treats Sarah, how he treats Darian, how he treats everybody else around him. And like, you're supposed to think that Joe is this cool, quippy guy.
Mm-hmm.
He treats people like garbage, and he himself is a terrible person. And you're supposed to be rooting for him.
And he tells himself he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you.
Yeah.
Even Sarah early on with the whole Mike thing, like after Mike's car blows up, like she's even yelling at him, like, would you just react?
Yeah.
She's like, get mad at me. And he's like, just, if you're lonely, get a dog. Like,
yeah.
She's just, yeah, she's even yelling, it's like, what is your problem? Like, you don't get jazzed about anything.
Yeah. And then that end of the movie where, you know, they're in the parking lot outside the stadium, and she comes up and she's like, I'll get a dog.
Yeah. She's like, I'm sorry.
And he tells her, F you.
Yeah.
And then she hugs him, and he's got this dumb grin on his face.
Yeah. They repeat the conversation from a few days ago, verbatim, because I both remember it. But yeah, it's supposed to be this romantic, like, they finally broke through to each other. Like, he's finally yelling at her the way that she wants him to, because he won't fight. He's too cool.
Yeah. And
so now he's just telling her the things that she wishes he would tell her when they are fighting. Only they're not fighting. Like, this is his, just say, I love you. Like,
yeah. Be a human being.
Yeah. But no,
in a relationship.
I still got to quip. I got to quip.
And even later, like, you know, they cut back, and like Jimmy's playing catch with Darian, and I think Darian says the F word, and Joe tells her, hey, what did we tell you about swearing? And Sarah immediately jumps in to back up Joe.
Yeah.
It's like she's now like his doormat. And
right. Yeah.
Sarah has absolutely no agency in this movie whatsoever.
You were almost proud of her to cheat on him.
Yeah.
Like, go get yours, girl. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
You're aware of the situation.
Yeah. And again, just getting back to how macho this movie is, it's not just in the guns and in the football, it's in the treatment of women. Mm-hmm. And
for sure.
That's where this script really has some ugly parts in it. So that is very long-windedly, that is my second bad.
That's fair.
Oz, what's your
I've got two of them. My first one is, when Joe was talking to Marcone, he said that he was going to mail the tape to the mob.
Mm-hmm.
What's the mob's address?
You just look it up in the yellow pages.
I guess so.
Yeah.
To mob from Joe.
Mob.
Yeah. So that's my first time.
You don't put an address down. It's just to mob.
To mob.
It'll get there. To mob.
So my first one was, what is the mob's address? My second one, though, and this is what I'm going with.
I like it. That's good. To mob.
My second one is all the rain in this film due to the sorrow cloud hanging over Joe's head?
Oh, poor Joe. Well, again, that gets into the pity party. The pity party for Joe. Poor Joe.
Yeah, poor Joe. He's having a rough time. This is a very rainy LA.
Uh-huh.
Like, and so I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, and LA is famous for being rainy.
Yeah. And so it's like all of this torrential downpour is just equal to the amount of sorrow that the cloud hanging over Joe's head is dispersing. So, but yeah, those are my two Hans. What do you got? I'm
going to share a couple as well. I'll let you pick whichever one you want to title. The first one is, again, we've talked about quips and all that. I'm going to point out one in particular that was like how was this a thing? Right after Joe finds Sarah discovers that she slept with Mike. Like, they're literally all three of them in the same room, and he asks her, like, you know, like, why did you do this, or how did you do this? And she goes, I don't know. Oh no, he's talking to Mike. Sorry, he's talking to Mike, and Mike's like, I don't know, it just happened. And he goes, well, you don't know, you slipped on the floor and accidentally stuck your something in my wife. How long had he been sitting on that line?
Oh, just waiting for his wife to cheat on him.
Yeah, it's like he's been anticipating this.
Yeah,
I've got the perfect line to use if I ever talk to the guy who has sex with my wife.
Yeah. Well, and that's a hun itself of that's. I don't think that's possible. I don't think one could just slip and whoops.
Whoop! Oh, how did that get in there?
Yeah.
Call me Mr. Butterfingers.
Yeah. I just don't think it's possible.
The other one I'll use is how was Joe not arrested for punching the senator at the end of the movie? He literally
he's still a senator.
A U.S. senator.
Punches him twice.
In front of police.
Yeah.
Like, there's law enforcement everywhere. He just got done talking to one.
Yeah.
How was he not arrested for battering a U.S. senator?
And even though we know what Baynard was doing in this film,
nobody else did.
Nobody else knew.
No.
So it wasn't like
it's not like somebody kind of looks the other way.
Yeah, it wasn't this little comeuppance. It was literally like the senator was there to watch a football game and then gets beat up.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, all right, get him out of here.
That Joe. He got in one lick. We'll give him that.
I agree. That's a good question. Like,
yeah. So a fun at times, but really awful at other times movie, The Last Boy Scout.
For sure.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Take a deep cleansing breath after that one.
Yes.
All right. Well, as we move on with the last month,
we're gonna hop across the pond for a more recent, a 2021.
Fast forward 30 years.
Yeah, a British horror film, directed by Edgar Wright.
Yeah,
I've not seen this Edgar Wright.
I have not. I don't know how I haven't seen this movie.
Well, I think because it doesn't have Pagan Frost is probably why.
That's probably it. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But we're gonna watch Last Night in Soho. I'm mildly excited. I remember when this came out, and I remember it being on my radar, and I just didn't get to it.
Same.
I knew it was Edgar Wright, but I'm excited to watch it. I honestly I know nothing about it. I want to go in blind.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, you
got a Doctor Who in there.
You got a Diana Rigg. You got a Terrence Stamp. Might as well put Queen of England in this movie, but yeah.
Prince Andrew makes an appearance.
Yeah, it's like at the club. Last Night in Soho. It flopped at the box office for one. I don't know anything about it. The only Pagan Frost Edgar Wright movie I've seen outside of a Pagan Frost let me rephrase that. The only Edgar Wright movie I've seen outside of Pagan Frost is Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Which is a really fun film. And so this one I'm excited for because I really don't know anything about it. Horror is right up my alley.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be upscale horror just because of the talent behind it.
I was doing again. I won't get into anything. Again, I haven't seen it yet. I won't get into anything that could spoil anything that I've read so far. But I didn't realize that this was like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just missed it. I thought it was more of like I thought it would have like horror elements to it, but I thought it was a little more like kind of thriller. But yeah, like it's IMDb pegged it as a in the giallo sub category.
Oh, and I love giallo. I do. I really like a giallo film.
Yeah, which is like Italian horror for those unfamiliar.
It's a certain breed of Italian horror. It's your point of view camera, black gloves, committing the murders. Yeah. Nothing too too crazy out there. It's just a lot of like stalkery, whodunits kind of thing.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Stylized.
Yeah, Argento did a lot of them. Bava did a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, probably one of the introductory ones. You had this on DVD, Deep Red, and that was probably one of the first giallo films I saw. Mm-hmm. I remember borrowing that DVD from you because I'm like, I don't know anything about this movie. I've never heard of it, and I just really enjoyed it. And so I do like that. So that piques my interest even more if this is a little more giallo than So, but Edgar Wright definitely knows what he's doing behind a camera.
Yes.
And so I'm excited for this entry into what we're going to be watching. It does replace a movie that we had picked originally.
Yeah.
What was it? Last Tango in Paris?
We originally had Last Tango in Paris, and then
reading into it a little bit.
It's just one that I just didn't want to have that conversation.
Honestly, I didn't either.
Just being completely honest with our viewers.
We picked it based on title because it fit. And then once we dug into it a little more, we're like, eesh, I'm good.
Yeah. And I've never seen it. And I know it has people who celebrate it or celebrate aspects of it, but I just didn't want to get into the controversy around that movie.
Yeah. Fine with that too. So, but yeah, next week we're going to discuss Last Night in Soho. Mm-hmm. One of the newer movies we've covered.
It is
quite a while, really. Yeah. So, social media wise, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. If you want little doses of us, if you just want a bump of Oz and Curtis, you can you can hit the shorts.
If you want a Jimmy Dix of Oz and Curtis,
that's true. So, but no, check out the website, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you got anything to sound off with?
No, just again, I just reiterate, check out the website, the blogs. We really want the website to be kind of a community hub.
Oh, for sure.
People.
Yeah.
If any of our listeners, viewers, contributors ever want to contribute anything, we invite you to. We really want the website to be a place where people come together to share, to celebrate, to honor, and to connect. So
and to be just transparent, we, like you mentioned, we want it to be a community atmosphere. Right now, yes, you and I are doing the heavy lifting on the blog writing, which is fine. But we would love it. And I was talking with Josh Adams, and he's like, he's working on one, and I think it's going to be a really cool article. But he was asking about tone and voice, and I said, dude, it's yours. No, it's not. Let's talk about flicks in Oz and Curtis's,
let's talk about Curtis.
We're not. No, if you want to contribute, like I said, I'm not going to edit it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take what you have written and just format it for the article and go. If you've got a thought in your mind you want to write, come on board. We're open to it.
If Colleen K wants to write a piece about 80s movie hunks, we would
which we encourage you to do, Colleen K.
I would love to read that article. It can be nothing about you gushing over shirtless Mel Gibson being electrocuted. I would read the butt off that article.
Yeah, just rank your top 10, your top 10 80s, 90s hotties.
Yeah. Like one sentence after each. You don't have to.
Perfectly fine. No, that's fine. Love that idea. So, so anybody who wants to contribute, hop on board. You can find a contact page there on the site and send us, an outreach, an idea. Hit us on Facebook, whatever you need to do. But we're open ears. Anybody and everybody. We'd love to join the community. So, well, last week is the last night in Soho. Last week is Soho. You remember that? It's too long ago. Last Night in Soho for next week for another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks. I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
We'll see you guys then.